another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comforts together because it's time to dish the tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meach.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meach. It's time to dish tea with Big Meach. It's time to dish tea with Big Meach. It's time to dish tea with Big Meach.
Darling. Can't hear. I'm sorry. I have my mic muted still. Okay, so I went through all of that, and you missed it. Well, I'm not going to do it again. Okay. Oh, child, I am technologically impaired at the moment, honey. I bought my little Hewlett Packard computer down here and carried on, and all of that. And I'm trying to get on the Wi-Fi and carrying on. It's not letting me boot in. It's carrying on. It's giving me all these different changes. And quite frankly, honey, it may be time for a new computer. Okay? And the thing is that I'm going to have to buy two because I'm going to need a desktop for home and a laptop from when I'm traveling. See, this has been my one and only. So it's been up and moving, this and that and all of that. And I'm thinking it's the wear and tear on her. The battery needs to be changed and all of the do-I-diddy. So now I am here. Now, we're on location. We are in Sparta, Illinois. How about that? Okay. Down here handling some family and personal business and things of that nature. And I came to ride shotgun and all of those different things. Okay. And all of that. So I'm down here. And we decided we're gonna do the show. Because at first, we getting comfortable and things. We just did the long drive. And I'm like, okay, so I'm very white woman today, honey. In the movies, right? When they go traveling, they have their travel outfit on. And when they get to their destination, they shower and change, right? Get out the travel clothes and put on something else. Because now we're going to get into the city and do So I got into something very comfortable, okay, very comfortable. And I'm cool. I'm still up here chilling. Mr. Lavelle is chilling as well, right? He in his own little groove and in his world and things of that nature. So we like, okay, cool, cool. So we said, we logged in. Coach V was on, right? So we went over to go watch Coach V for a second. And Buck was asking us, y'all coming on? Y'all coming on? And we're like, chill, okay. And I really had not paid attention to the time. And it was 7 something, right? And I said, oh, hell, it's already after 7 o'clock. And Rhea say, well, go hook up. You know, let's get it. I said, okay, well, cool, let's do it. We got time. I said, oh, we got time, right? And then that's when the computer, you know, this thing takes forever to boot up. Every time I turn her off, she takes like 20 minutes before she want to boot up because then she want to keep uploading and updating and all this old jazz. And all of that. And then we here. So I said, okay, we're going to use the phone. We on the phone, got the phone, this, that, and the other. Fine. Well, okay, my friend here uses his green screen. Perfect. I said, nice. We gonna do the same thing. Huh? Why is it I can't get the green screen on my damn phone? And I'm the controller. I'm the control portion of the StreamYard. And it's not letting me change my background. It's another so I can have my green screen so we can have our logo up here, right? It's not letting me do that. So I'm like, okay. So now I'm trying to get onto the computer. It's still rebooting and all of that. I finally got up, but now it's trying to log into the Wi-Fi here. It's not, and it's circling and circling. So I'm in that particular space right now. Okay. Right. So having said all that, honey, it is a gorgeous day still. Okay, we're not gonna let one monkey stop the show or whatever. Everything is still going to go on, and et cetera, et cetera. Tonight, we call tonight's serving of tea, darling. This is driving down the highway. That's what I call tonight's show, right? I got a couple of topics that I think are going to be very, 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 very instrumental for us to get into. Now, when I told Red one of them, he believes I'm going to be solo on this, but when I get into it, I think it's going to be very festive. The second one, I know we're going to get into, okay, because there was a video that he played that sparked this particular conversation. And y'all know when I hear something, I like to go into the subtext and get into the roots of a lot of the stuff, right? So that there is going to be that. So having said all that, let me, you ready? See, I'm going to add him in. Come on. Okay, there we go. And see, that's the other thing. I got to use my phone. So, you know, the controls are a little different. So I'm like, Lord have mercy, I got to go over here and I got to do this and click this and then click that and then, okay.
Hello, everybody.
I think we got it. So there we go.
Hey, y'all had to excuse me. I got a hold of some nachos from a place, and they made them from brisket.
Okay. Baby.
I feel like I never had nachos before.
Okay. Wait a minute. Are you going to talk about the video? Which video, Chris? Wait a minute. I got to go and see what you're talking about. Which one? Okay. When Tiffany said, just FYI, last week's show was hilarious. Okay. You know what? Last week's show had it was off the chain. And I'm sitting up here like, okay, fine. You see, we had technological issues last week too, and I got cut off. And that a bastard. Okay. That's federalists. They want me to talk.
What's up, EB? Buck Nighthawk King in the building. What's happening?
Okay. There we go. Thank you. Okay. What'd you say? Be good. What'd you say? Be good means you don't want Red to put you back in timeout. No, that wasn't his control, darling. That was not his control. Let's understand that. That was not his control. Okay.
He know what it is, Tim. He know what it is.
Don't keep his voice.
Say the big red fella in the building tonight. WHR famous. Big red fella, you know what it is. I will slap the hell out of Meach tonight. You know that boy. Come on.
You think I'm scared of all that? That's it. I keep trying to tell him. And that don't mean nothing to me, honey.
Whatever. I'll take your mascara. Come on, let's get it.
And what? Draw on a mustache? Come on now. Okay.
That nigga need a beauty mark.
We'll call it battle scar. Okay. Now here, let's get into it. And
what she said.
That's what he said too. Okay.
I guess that was the thing.
Let's get into it.
You start.
The first topic that I want to talk about is let me go here first.
Can you reuse condoms? Can you reuse condoms?
Can you reuse condoms?
Right.
We're not supposed to.
I'm saying if you turn them inside out and use the other side.
No, dear. No.
You sure?
No. Okay.
Okay.
No.
What if you didn't complete the mission in the condom? Could you reuse it?
Then you get a new one.
That gets expensive.
You get a new one.
But
now, serious talk though.
Go ahead.
Back a few years ago, in certain places over in the other country of Africa and continent around of Africa, and et cetera, because of the numbers of HIV was so significant over there. That's what they were advocating folks to do, because like they were getting a lot of the polyurethane condoms, not necessarily the rubber ones, and they were advocating for them to, if they had to use it more than once or whatever, because the numbers were staggeringly high.
Polyurethane. Okay.
And yeah, most of like the ones that are like the female condoms or whatever.
I wouldn't know that.
They're not a rubber base, they feel more like a little bit more like plastic or whatever. It's hard to describe. But the little polyurethane ones were the ones that they were at one point telling folks in rural areas and in other countries or whatever that, they did not recommend it, but they were telling them to use it more than once or whatever, because they were trying to get the numbers down. So just on a serious note.
Were they American made?
Well,
were they American made?
That's a good question. I'm going to assume so. However, yeah, that there was something that was very interesting.
The reason I ask, because you're a knowledgeable man. People ask me questions, and sometimes I save them for the show, because I really don't have an answer. Cause
okay,
I've had 6 children and 6 baby mamas, so I'm not too vested.
6 children, 6 baby mamas. Okay, well, since you open up that door, let's go here. We're going to go into this part first, because I think it's easier to do. If I start with the gay stuff, some of y'all may get that way. Let's go here and understand a conversation or understand, do we really understand when men are conversing with us? Do we know the difference between a man sharing his feelings versus a man wanting to argue?
Oh man, here we go again. Oh, this is why I don't talk to them. Well, this is why I don't just like to stay to myself and I just get on my phone and I don't. This is exactly what I mean right here. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Oh.
Okay. Example. Okay.
Where the hell did all that come from?
Right. And the reason why I posted, there was a video that we saw, and I was trying to upload it, but of course I'm going through problems. Where
what up, Chris?
The guy is talking, and he's talking to his, I'm assuming his wife. He said in here that, you know, I'm not trying to be argumentative with you. I'm trying to share my feeling with you. I'm trying to share exactly how I feel, even though I may not have the right words and know how to shape it. You know what I'm saying? I want you to understand where I am, and I can feel safe with you, and et cetera, et cetera. I'm paraphrasing, but the message in it was just absolutely fantastic. And when I was listening to that, I'm reminded of a conversation that I had with my brother. Okay. And when he and I were younger, the tone of his voice used to upset me.
Did it?
Okay.
Did it feel authoritative?
What?
Was it authoritative type thing? Like did it come off as I'm talking at you and not to you?
I thought.
Okay,
I thought. Because what it was like, as he was trying to express himself, he had that tone like, you know, he's trying to put me in check all the time. And I always had to ask him, who the fuck are you talking to? You know, because I had to remind him, you forgot who the fuck I am. Who the fuck are you talking to? Like that.
I've been like,
you know. You know what, this fuck over here. Every time I talk, see, he don't believe that I used to check my brother. That's what a lot of this is.
I'd have been like, yo, ma'am.
He don't believe that I used to check the fuck out my brother the way that I did.
You know what they call me? They call me baby brother big draw, nigga. You want to see?
And I had to learn with my brother, you know, when he got excited, because like when he get excited and passionate about something, which is a family trait, because all of us are like this. When he gets passionate about something, it does come across very, you know, strong.
No.
However, I had to learn how to listen, you know, versus and learn the difference between he's talking to me and this, that, and the other, and when he is, you know, trying to come at me, right? When I learned the differences between the two, a lot of our argument has stopped. Okay, a lot of our argument has stopped because I was able to let him be him. You know what I'm saying?
What you're saying is the source of your argumentative annotations that you all went through a long period of time was your fault.
I wasn't going to say my fault. No. I'm not going to say my
accountability.
Go ahead. I'm not going to say my fault.
Until I took accountability.
No, I'm not going to say my fuck you. And that damn accountability shit. No, he talking about a commercial. I'm not going to say it was my fault.
I know you're not.
Okay. However, when I recognized where I was at fault.
Did you check yourself?
Yes.
Accountability.
Yes. And I can't stand him. So because of that, then I was able to understand the difference. So when we were really at each other, we were really at each other. Okay. Versus him having to have, you know, when he wanted to have a conversation. And then as he learned how to express himself differently and carrying on. It became for a better conversation between us because what happened as he got older, he wasn't in defense mode of seeing me as the big brother.
But let's talk relational on the subject matter, right? That happens a lot in relationships, monogamous relationships, or so marriages, right? And instead of fixing the problem with simple communication and open, so just having a transparent, actual, type of way, a segue to each other, a happy space where you can doggone agree to disagree.
Right.
A lot of people take it and go into defense mode, and then they build the entire rest of their relationship on that defensive lane that never existed.
Exactly.
Because the person talking to you meant you zero harm.
Exactly.
But again, let's go deep. Could it possibly be that you're on a defense mode when somebody is simply having a conversation with you, having the moment of adult activity, adulting, when the actual person they need to be talking to is you? And because they're so passionate about the subject matter, you feel as if they're talking at you. So their passion is mistaken for authoritative anger toward you.
Right. Right.
At the same time, you either figure it out or you go into defense. And 99.9 of the time, you take defense first and want to be argumentative or shut down or solemn. And this person has absolutely no reason to have a problem with you.
Okay.
Your defense has nothing to do with their conversation. Let's go deeper. It has a lot to do with who else you put in your mouth on.
Ooh.
It's guilt.
Oh, and then he echoed. You know what? Okay. Let's go here. Let's go here because I want to throw this into the equation. Okay. One of the things that I have come to learn is also a detriment in this particular kind of thing, is that when someone has a very strong, resounding voice, okay, if it's a very booming voice, if it's a commanding voice, if they have a persona that is perceived to be unapproachable,
okay, use your wows. Come on, proceed.
Okay. Also, if they talk and they do a lot of cussing and they know how to say the curse word very hard, or particularly with men, everything is always bullshit. I'll fuck that bullshit.
BINGO.
And if it's that all the time, when they're going to express themselves, they're not necessarily calling you the bullshit or calling the situation the bullshit. This is just how they're expressing themselves. Oh man, fuck that old bullshit. You on some bullshit, and it's not that they're talking about you in particular. It is, this is how they're expressing because they're like, I'm not feeling that. However, we as human beings are like, okay, who you cussing at? Because now we done hit a nerve where it is, what we feel, cross the line because I'm trying to talk to you. You're going to sit up there and disrespect me by, oh, fuck that, nigga, you full of, fuck you. That's the one. Oh, nigga, fuck you with that bullshit. You want some bullshit.
That right there, that right there, my brother, Meach. Big Meach. Big Meach. That right there, that is a masculine connectivity man calling where it's like, fuck you, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Because intimately, with your significant other, you're not going to just say, fuck you, you don't know what you're talking about. So-and-so, Denzel's a better actor. You're not going to do that. Okay. Okay. Well, now, you may drop an F-bomb here and there, but it won't be you. It may be a that.
Okay, right. Okay, fuck that. Right. Okay, right. Okay.
Yeah, F that because so and so, so and so, so and so. But by the time you said F that, it got savvy. Oh,
Exactly.
this is my excuse to leave. Ray, I'm on the way. Do you still have that blow-up mattress? Yeah, you know,
right.
I'm tired of sleeping in this warm house. But yeah, you know.
Okay.
That's when they start to check out because that was their excuse. You know what I'm saying? They took your bass and your volume on a subject, and you dropping these profane words that had nothing to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
So either they mentally already halfway gone looking for an excuse to run, so they take defense to anything and everything you say.
Exactly.
Or
right.
They wasn't raised to be a communicator. It's just that everybody shut up and the mouth is rocked, and then they come back 2-3 hours later, everybody talking normal like nothing ever happened.
Okay.
With in fact, we all know, us with a partial brain know that never solves anything. The issue still was there. It's just
okay.
You just stuck it up in the air for it to fall back down another day.
All right, I like that, Tracy. When you said many of us use the bees, okay, everything become a bitch, right?
Yeah, because there's a lot of itches.
Everything becomes a bitch, and then of course the rainbow community, honey. You know that's a term of endearment for us now. You know,
so you all embrace the bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, we
y'all hug the bitch out.
Yeah,
that's not right. Because in my community, we hug the nigga out. My nigga.
Same difference.
Right.
Exactly. And then no tea, no shade. Same difference.
Right, bitch, you get it. See?
Right. Fuck you, nigga. Right. Okay. That was perfect. But oftentimes, when it comes down, I'm gonna tie this into an old argument that we have been fighting and dealing with when we talk about the identity of what masculinity is in this country and in the world, and particularly Black masculinity, because oftentimes we do not hear communication breakdown so thoroughly like that we do when we hear of Black men not being able to communicate with anybody. I'm just going to not say Black women. This is with anybody. Okay. And in other cultures, and even in the television programs or whatever, we will hear, oh, men don't know how to communicate. Men are withdrawn from their feelings and caring, which is a lie. That is a lie.
Because we're not allowed to express them.
Okay. But when it comes down to it, you know, Black men are always considered to be the angry Black man because, you know, how we express. We are a very demonstrative culture, and you know we're very expressive. So when we get to talking and this, that, and the other, and get animated and blah 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 blah, blah.
Can I ask a question there, Meach?
Yeah.
You and the rest of everybody that's on here tonight. Okay, I understand what you're saying about the persona of the Black man,
right?
But wouldn't you be mad if somebody was whooping your ass for so many years with a whip and dragging you through the mud and your hands got holes in them from picking cotton doggone 12, 24 hours a day, whatever, sun up, sundown, or somebody kicking you in the face, or somebody banging your wife out in the stadium over there like she's a stud or something, you know what I'm saying? Or I mean, then as time evolves, wouldn't you be mad if you had to go to separate toilets, eat separate doggone foods at separate restaurants, couldn't walk on certain sides of the street, you know what I'm saying? You had different water fountains. Wouldn't you be mad if you took all that same energy from the cotton fields to the country hills to the southern deals, and then they thought gonna put it in your wife's high heels, and now she don't have no respect for you in the home because they just replaced you with Section 8. What you be mad?
Anybody would be. Here's the thing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing. And what we have done is we have allowed ourselves to buy into the whole thing of men. You know, we've been taught not to express ourselves. We've been taught to man up and this, that, and the other. And when that one straw that breaks the camel's back becomes the nitroglycerin shakeup, and it becomes that explosion, that uncontrollable explosion, because now it's like all bets are off. I'm tired. Okay. When it gets to that particular point, then it becomes, see, I told you so. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they said, are we still frozen? Because Tracy, you said it froze. Are we still frozen? Y'all let me know. It sounds like we going. I'm seeing the counter still going again. Y'all know last week I got cut off. This is part of why this question is so significant. Do we really know the difference in the communication skills between when a man is expressing himself versus being argumentative? Now, let me add this to the equation, because along with that anger process and what we have as Black men, then we also have the generational gap, because see, now a lot of the culture is very angry. You know, the music is angry. The music is, if it's not hypersexual, it is very violent sexual. Okay, the sex is so violent nowadays, child, and it's in the tone, it's in everything, and we're so busy trying to prove how hard we are, and we're not soft, to where we remove all the softness out of everything. And even when you're trying to be intimate with your significant other, that ain't even soft no more. Like I said, the sex done got violent and can't beat it up, slap it up, okay.
I didn't fall into that.
And etc. You know, we're there. And it's still this expression of anger. And now, if it is not done that way, you know, or whatever, folks are feeling as if you're taking my right from me, or you're not understanding me, I'm not being understood. Are we in a position as a society, as people, Black men in here, what say you in here in the comments? How is it that you interact with people around you? Do you feel safe enough to be able to express yourself in a way where you're not defending yourself? Because that's the other thing. In having to express oneself, is do you think they're being argumentative because they have to defend themselves? Or are they argumentative because you don't hear them and they feel as though, okay, I wasted my time. I pour my heart out to you, whatever, and all you got to say is, okay, you're not asking me a follow-up question or whatever, or because I'm not saying it the way you want me to say it. Ooh, that's the big one. That's the big one. Okay. It's not coming off. Okay, now wait a minute. Let me do this. Okay, let me do this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it like it when it comes down to hetero-attractional relationships. Okay. When a man is not expressing himself the way the woman feels he should, there is, you know, y'all know that dynamic when women feel as though they're supposed to teach men this and teach men that, you know, or that deafening silence. There you go, Tracy. That deafening silence when a woman do that damn silent treatment shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mental abuse.
Oh, okay. And you wonder why he run off to somebody else's arms, because you don't stop talking and you want to withhold sex and you want to withhold this and da-da-da-da-dee.
Yeah, because she's talking over here across the street with no clothes on.
Okay, right. Now, in gay community, okay, or rainbow, what ends up happening is a man to come bark.
Oh.
Okay, here coming bark. Did you go RF? I'm a beat show. He's doing this to taunt me. Okay.
I would never.
And he crossed the finger behind his back. Okay. But in gay world, particularly when it's a gay man talking to a heterosexual man, okay, what then becomes what's supposed to be conversation, then becomes, why you got to say it like that? And I'm using me for an example because this happens to me very often.
Yeah, because you got problems.
Anyway.
Anyhow.
Anywho.
Anyhow.
Any whatever.
Up yours.
With the rubber hose.
Oh, I know what you're with them.
I am rubber, you are glue, and bounce off of me, it sticks to you.
Okay, sword fights are out.
Well, whack a hole, eh? Anyway.
Too much sugar is bad for me.
That's why I drink tea. Okay.
Somebody come get this trigger.
But when it comes down to a heterosexual man talking to a gay man, it becomes, when we're trying to sit down and talk or whatever, it becomes, why you got to say it like that?
Right.
Why I got to say what, like what? That.
Like that.
What? And then we sit up here going into this whole nothing. Oh, what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay.
Right?
Can I answer this question?
What?
Oh, Jesus, you talking my language. Hold on. I'm going to ask the questions. Okay?
Okay.
I need you to give the answers.
Did you know what? Did he just hiss? Did this fucker just hiss?
Not at all. I just want to know why you said what you said. You see, Tyrone?
He trying to kill me. Wait a minute. They got me gagging up here.
He by himself, y'all.
Stop it. Okay.
Ghost meat. Go ahead.
Right. Anywho.
Go ahead.
But for instance, like,
that's what they were asking about.
Why we hiss and all that, pop and click and all that. Child, it's one of it's the thing. I have no reason behind it.
It sounds like y'all swallowed a mechanic shop.
Not necessarily.
Well,
okay,
that was a bad example, but yeah,
right. But a lot of times, you know, when having serious conversation, and it can become a slur fight in a minute, because, for instance, let's take the thug type dude. Okay, and I'm saying type because y'all when I say that, you get the visual immediately. Okay, so if they are presenting themselves in that whole street gangster persona, and they talking every other word is an F-bomb or some colorful word. Okay. And because I'm not one who talks like that directly, or because when I cuss back, you know, my cussing, it has, whatever's to it. It's like, why you got to talk like that, man? You mean it's as if my words don't have meaning or mine ain't taken seriously because it ain't saying what the You know.
Yours have color.
Yeah, okay.
All right. If I say, yo, what up, Elmo? What up, what up, what up? What up? Oh, big guy, look. And then yours is, what up? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got that stretch to, you know, you sing it.
What's going on?
You sing it. You're like, hey, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Everything's a song. You know what I'm saying?
What is the song? Oh, okay.
Just like earlier, here's an example.
What?
Last night I asked a question. Every time you ask him a question, he answers, he shakes.
Listen, he asked me a question, and it was for the visual of the thing. We were talking about
why do I need a visual with my answer?
It's part of the gestures. It's like I talk with my hands.
Okay. Everybody on the show right now that shakes their hips when they answer questions.
They don't have to shake their hips. It's just that we were talking about hip huggers.
Okay.
And that's why the hips, my hips moved a little bit.
What did you just say? We were talking about it. We weren't dancing and popping about it.
I said because we were talking about the genie pants or whatever they were called. What was the word that he used? Hula pants, genie pants, whatever.
Hammer pants.
Huh?
I thought they were hammer pants.
No, no, not those. But we were talking about y'all know the harem pants or whatever it was, and he had a look on his face like what? And I said, you know, the hip huggers, and I moved I swayed my hip just a little bit, and no. That was that. We said what it was, and he said, I bet you got a pair of them. I said no, because I don't like hip huggers, right? And I just swayed my hips just a little bit to give the visual, because most of the time, when like he just said, the hammer pants. No, the hammer pants come all the way up. Hip huggers do just that; they come right at the hip, so they expose a lot of the booty.
When I accidentally call them hammer pants, did you see me do the typewriter? I said hammer pants. You know, did you see me do that?
No, because you're sitting down. Number one.
But then if I was standing up, I would have just started doing the typewriter. You know
but that's not how you express yourself. I do.
The new R&B song.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean? So this is what
Capitol Records coming. I do.
Say Capitol Records are call and sign you to a contract.
I do.
And now they call already did that song. Okay.
This nigga talk. He's Vanna White walking.
Okay. So
where's my keys?
Okay. Anyway, a lot of that when we talk about, you know, being able to express ourselves and black men, and particularly black men, you know, when we express ourselves in this particular capacity, are we able to know the difference? And here's the bigger question. Do we even want to know the difference? Or are we just stuck on wanting to make a victim and a villain out of somebody? Do we just want to point fingers?
Complaining she's trying to make herself the victim at all costs.
Interesting.
Because accountability is like a disease.
Very interesting. That's a very interesting thought. Very, very interesting thought.
I mean, think about it. A woman will shoot at you with a gun, right?
Right.
And go cry she needs a therapist because you gave her the gun.
Okay.
And she'll cry that you had all the worst intentions for her for giving her a gun. You see how I'm totally saying everything but the fact that she shot at you?
Okay.
Okay. Accountability disease.
Okay. Wait a minute. I didn't hear something.
I used to say that.
I still do, as you can see. Coach V, what's happening, baby? Thanks for coming up in here. What up, Doe? Okay, Detroit in the house. All right. Okay. Wait a minute. I want to go to Gru's comments because groove and sit up here and her comments are always about the music because she's our resident DJ over here at WTEA Radio. But she makes sense because I've been saying this for a while, and we've been talking about how everything is angry,
Yeah.
right? And she says, why? Why did we replace loving funk and soul with angry horny music with no love in it? Why didn't anybody say anything when this shit started in the 90s? I have a huge problem with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it went from I wanna make love over and over, let me bang.
Right.
I'm like, whoa.
Okay. And then our creativity has been thwarted because before we had a lot of double entendres in the song, honey. It was, and just to say something to mean something else. Okay, and it was sexy, it was fun, and carried on. Now we have no coops.
But I thought we were headed in the right direction back in the day when the Clark sisters was getting played in the club.
Right.
When you in the club and all of a sudden you about to
right. Right.
All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, people in there, they don't know whether to drink their next shot of Hennessy or order a Coca-Cola, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, when the gospel music became secular, they started playing it in secular clubs, and we were able to get into the beat and carry on because I remember that all day.
And Stomp broke the doors open.
Yeah.
When Kurt Franklin dropped Stomp,
right,
it blended the worlds of understanding when it came to music.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm in here and I'm doing things that are considered obscene of this world, but I was born into sin, but I still keep God first in my life. I love him more than I love this drink.
Right.
And I love him more than I love this atmosphere.
Okay.
So am I a heathen?
Ooh.
Or a lover of God that's just been misguided on a world that really offered me nothing but sin, and I have to fight every day to not go left or right.
Okay. Here's the thing, and in all of that,
did I describe marriage? Go ahead.
In all of what's been happening and carrying on, and everybody's belief system becomes very different, and all of that. What we have forgotten to do is learn how to be human. Okay, we have forgotten to take both our spiritual walk and our human walk and find that happy medium. We've been trying to sit up there and say you either one side or the other. But one of the things about this human experience is that there is a happy medium here to where we have to learn what the balance is. I keep telling everybody always say God is not a God. God don't like ugly and he ain't too fond of pretty. I said, but God is a God of beauty. And one of the things that you have to understand about this world, honey, if you have not paid attention, and that this world is all about balance, honey. There's hot, there's cold. Okay, there's dark, there's light, there's a yin and a yang. This world is about balance. What'd you say?
There's a church and a cult.
Exactly.
Right. It's all about balance or imbalance.
It's balance. Okay. One more than likely cannot exist without the other. Okay. Good and evil. All right.
Light and dark.
Light and dark. Hot and cold. Okay. Man, woman. Okay. One does not exist without the other. Okay, so there's a delicate balance here because if one starts to take over and you don't have a balance, we get out of balance. That's where sin comes into play. Remember, a lot of the stuff that we talk about, and this, I know we're here, but I'm gonna tie it up in a second. A lot of stuff that we talk about when we talk about when the church want to get on you about sin, when we talk about angry, when the church got mad that gospel music went into the clubs, but yet you try to tell folks you need to go reach the folks, but I got to go where they at.
Oh, and why you over there?
Okay. And carrying on. When they got mad about that, when they got mad at Kurt Franklin for taking and bringing the music to the people, when they still mad at him for how he danced and how he dressed us and carrying on. And it's like, oh my God, you no, honey. When we start to take that out of balance, because too much of anything ain't good for you, that becomes self-inflicted nonsense. That's what sin becomes.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you start to look at it, honey, everything that you're taught, what did they tell you, honey? Everything is in what? Moderation. Moderation.
At the end of the day, though, we are creating in a mass production generations that have a very, very short attention span.
Exactly.
So if you think Lil Ray Ray gonna sit there and listen, I'm on in a row. Ray Ray ain't not gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. I promise you. But if you go in there and you hit him with a Southern soul gospel mix,
right?
Ray Ray gonna stand on the pew, clap his hands, and profess his love for Jesus. And that's what you all don't understand. Reach one, teach one, but don't go over there. So what do you want me to do?
Exactly. Now, let me break it home. Because we're talking about Black men and communication. Do we know the difference when they are expressing their feelings versus being argumentative? How many of y'all would use the church and church lingo, church language? How many of y'all would throw Jesus up into your Black man's face, especially if he's someone who doesn't go to church? How many of y'all would sit down there and allow, especially if he's a pastor,
right?
For those of you who have pastors, as Black men have pastors or deacons or whatever, how many of y'all would throw Jesus in his face because you're trying to get over on him? How many of y'all would throw all of this whole thing up in here talking about, I'm trying to pray, I'm trying to this? How many of y'all would throw the whole idea of the man is supposed to be the head of the house in his face, especially when he's on his low point? If he's having a low time in his life, or if he done got laid off from the job, or maybe he's sick, or maybe it's just he's human and is having a day when he is just being human. Okay, how many of y'all throw that back up in his face? And then when he sit up there and say, "What the hell is this? I can't be a man. I can't have a day. I can't. Today is a day I want to sit and scratch my nuts while I'm watching the football game. I don't want to do shit else today."
Meach,
well,
I'm going to tell you this, and I tell you this wholeheartedly.
Well,
what you saying has a lot of truth in it.
Oh, I know.
But let me give you a something that's even that takes that and it makes it even worse.
Give it.
You can pour 5, 10, 15, 12, 11 years into somebody or something when it comes to any type of family or family values or whatever.
Right.
You can provide.
Yep.
You can have them in a position where they don't even know what a job is or what it is to dog gonna pick up a pot and pan. You can totally do all of that. But at one spill of a drop of milk, nothing mattered.
Ooh.
You could spend almost $500,000 in 11 years, and it was as if you bought a piece of penny candy at the spill of a milk.
See, right there. Right there.
None of it, like you never done a damn thing. Like you are the trash beneath their feet.
Listen, let's go back to communication. I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to move on, but I told y'all this was going to be big. When we talk about that, okay, Beyonce got the song. The first time I said no, it's like I never said yes. Okay. The first time I said no, it's like I've never said yes. How many of y'all have experienced that? Me, and I need y'all to talk to me. Okay. How many of y'all have experienced that to where you make an executive decision? You make a decision to move your family forward because as the head of the house, if that's your position. Because the right reverend over here like to say, okay, some men ain't the head, they the neck. But my problem is, I don't care which position you play. If you are the neck, how come you're not making the head move? Okay. At the same time,
because you're too busy not only trying to control the head, you can try to control the atmosphere that the head sees.
Exactly.
You can't do both.
Okay.
You can't do, and it's biblically just totally just disgusting to even think that you want to be the head of the household and you squat the piss. That's just too much. That's just too much. You know what I'm saying? That's why you hear back in you always hear the stuff, the pimps, the players, the biblical, right? The max, the regular husbands. When they say sit your ass down over there, they talking to the woman because you used to sitting down.
You know what?
You know, and my thing is this. How you gonna give me a dirty look if you ain't the neck? You know, you're supposed to be able to go.
You know what?
But you want to be the head.
You know what?
I mean, make it make sense to me. I'm just trying to figure it out. You know, somebody asks your husband, "Hey, how you doing, Deacon Johnson? What's going on today?" "Hey, man, did you know today all the fellas decided to get together? We're going to play football and we're going to hang out, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's going to donate something. And it's going to be an awesome good time. We're going to have a great godly time and everything." He won't be there. Because he has to take me to save a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, here goes Deacon. Next time, fellas. Happy wife, happy life. No, nigga.
Okay.
No happy wife, happy life. That is the worst statement ever put on this earth.
Okay.
She happy, you miserable. We filling up the mental health clinics after they gone to make somebody else miserable.
Okay.
Y'all better figure it out.
All right. Now hold on.
The second and thirds don't last either.
Oops. I'm gonna take a break right here.
Well, break then.
Because this just opened up another can, and I think we touched on this slightly, but I've got to go here. Okay. And when we come back, still on this about communicating thing with men and Black men in particular, why is it that society has made it so to where it is always the man's responsibility to have to start over? If the marriage go bad, if the relationship go bad, if whatever, why is it that it is always the man who is supposed to start over? And I'll get on that when I come back, because I hear you ladies saying.
Go get your popcorn, because I'm gonna act a monkey.
Okay, I hear you ladies, but we finna get into this, okay?
Go get your popcorn. Get your notepads. Hit record, because I don't care. See you when we get back.
All right.
Attention all business owners. Use your advertising dollars here. Looking to reach a more diverse audience for your products and your services? Well, this is the platform for you. Dishing Tea Entertainment welcomes all businesses who wish to expand their brands and looking for clientele that's more than grown and sexy, but also the seasoned and sophisticated. For more information on how this spot can be yours, contact Big Meach at 404-914-5610 or go to our website at www.dishingtea.com. Be bold, be unique, be the tea, with a unique body oil fragrance from the Sensuality Fragrance Collection. The Sensuality Collection embodies a unique array of customized original scents created by Big Meach. Indulge yourself in such fragrances as eye candy, foreplay, anticipation, shower fresh, naked beauty, or pay homage to the motherland and choose an oil from our exclusive Wakanda collection. Over 17 different scents that will tantalize your senses. Order yours today. Log on to www.dishingtea.com for more information. Because remember, it's all about the tea. Sensuality, that is. Angelo Ellerby, the Henry Higgins of hip-hop, is the founder, president, and CEO of Double Exposure Media Relations. Double Exposure Media Relations is a full-service public relations, marketing, and artist development firm specializing in publicity, photography, artist promotion and artist development, makeup artistry, event production, and EPK development. Celebrating over 45 years in the industry, Angelo believes that a culture that does not take care of nor respect its artists is a culture that leaves nothing behind to appreciate. Let Angelo help you make dollars and cents of the entertainment industry. Contact Double Exposure Media Relations at 201-224-6570. That's 201-224-6570. Welcome to Alo Nana. Treat yourself to the luxurious experience of having all natural shea butter soaps and body balms that will soften, radiate, and even exfoliate your skin. Alo Nana products are designed with you in mind to promote overall health and wellness the way the nature intended. No dyes, no colors, no chemicals. Just pure love, like receiving a hug from grandma. Get your Alo Nana today. Contact Aunt Nikki on IG or call 267-629-1364. Alo Nana, building a legacy, not a letdown. The views and opinions expressed here on Dishing Tea TV are strictly those of the hosts and guests of this program. They do not reflect the views and opinions or governing actions of any of the sponsors or affiliates of Dishing Tea Entertainment, Artist First Entertainment, Big Guy ENT, Atlanta Hot Radio, Black GDP TV, or Diversity TV. Your viewing and listening discretion is advised.
All right, and we are back. If you're just joining us and all of that, honey, you're listening to Dishing Tea with Big Meach, honey. I am yours truly, Big Meach. This is my wonderful one, my brother from another mother, honey. Okay.
We doggy.
Okay. Okay. My cohort, honey, and a whole bunch of other different things, honey. I'm going to call him my partner in, I can't say crime, because we don't do crime, honey. Okay. Not necessarily mischief neither, but you know.
I'm the peacemaker.
Let me just say my accountability partner.
I used to be a asshole.
Right.
Then I took accountability.
Okay. We'll talk in a minute. Okay, yeah. Before the break, honey, we were talking about whether or not Black men are able to communicate. When they communicate, do we know the difference between when a man is expressing himself and expressing his feelings versus when he's being argumentative, or you are thinking he's being argumentative? All right. And we went through a whole bunch of stuff, but I came across this because I know this dynamic exists, and that there is, in his need for communicating, his need for wanting to get his feelings out, and his need for trying to show you that he cares and this, that, and the other. He may not say it right. He may not have the right words. It may sound a little jumbled, but he's trying to find his safe space to do it. But when you take it upon yourself to ignore it, not listen to it, misunderstand it, you don't ask the right questions for clarity, you jump to conclusions, all right? And then you call it quits, right? Whatever the relationship, the marriage, or whatever, it ends. Why is it that you think that everything that he built is supposed to go to you? Why is it that we have allowed our culture, our society, everything about what we know, why have we allowed it to say that a man is supposed to always start over? Y'all look at this, okay? And I'm talking to Black men in particular because I don't know it from any other point of view. right?
Well, we done seen, let's put it like that.
Okay, we have seen how the welfare system come in and get men on child support and carrying on. A man can't get remarried and have another damn life. Okay, and carrying on because the child support system's up there and take all the damn money to where it prevents him from taking care of himself. Okay. We see that in divorces and carrying on. Eddie Murphy and Raw and carrying on, I want half his shit. Okay, give me half. You know, and this, that, and the other. We talk about prenup agreements and carrying on, but most folks don't even know what that is. So we go in, and a man is supposed, y'all want to stay on him about being the breadwinner, stay on him about being the head of the household. He builds, he buys you your home because you want the dream home. He gives you the dream wedding because this is your wedding, honey. Okay. Men, why do we do that, men? Both of y'all are getting married, but y'all leave all that shit to her because it's her day. Right? So you out $1,100,000 for a wedding that's hers for one night. You buy the house. It's your house.
Apparently, weddings expire in 10 years.
Okay. You buy the house. You buy not one, you buy two cars. If you fortunate to get two cars, you know about two cars. This, that, and that. And now it done went and okay, we said, you know what, we're not gonna do this anymore. However it went down, I'm being easy. However it went down, we said we're not gonna do this anymore. How is it?
Quit saying we, because there's never a we in that.
Okay. How is it that a man is supposed to just walk away from it? You get the house. Well, I got his kids. No, he had the kids too. You want the house, you get the car, you get the, and he's supposed to go live in a hovel some damn where, or some kind of apartment building, and yet still foot the bills because you not only do you get all that shit, you want alimony. Okay. And yet he's supposed to take care of all of that as if y'all still together and still have a life.
Hello? Hey, Meach, this just in.
What?
Apparently, a man has just lost everything he ever owned in a divorce proceeding. Okay, and what? Oh my God! Oh my God! He set the entire house on fire with everybody in it. Oh, oh my God! Oh my God! Okay. Right. Oh Lord, have mercy! The dog is on the grill. It's amazing.
It's the dog is on the grill.
The dog is on the grill. The house is ablaze right now. There's a note. What does it say? Hurry up and read it. It's on fire. Hurry up. It says, "This is some bullshit. We both homeless." Oh my God! Back to you, Meach.
Okay. So let's talk about that. Okay, why is it that we are in a society that says that? And I'm gonna tell you, I know when I was a kid, I used to hear this all the time. As long as there is a man in this house, as long as there is a person that has that third appendage dangling between his legs, as long as that somebody is like that in this house, there is nothing that he's supposed to get up and go get a hustle, go get us something. And we have encouraged men to, when they say a hustle, they mean legal or otherwise. Whatever this is, this whole thing, I got to do what I got to do to take care of my family, it becomes that. And so when a man has got his back up against the wall, when a man is sitting up there and not committing the crime, went to go rob the bank, went to go, break into and stole a little money from the corner store or whatever. Hell, he done hit grandma in the head and took her purse. Whatever this is, and we got to that particular point, then we mad at him for making bad choices. Oh, there's plenty of jobs out here.
Oh, but here.
Go ahead.
Oh, let me interject right here now. Look. Rolling with you the whole time.
Right.
That you selling dope. You on top.
Okay.
And then you catch a case.
Ooh.
And now she's on the other side of the glass talking about, what am I supposed to do now?
Oh,
Look what you done got yourself into.
how about that? Not yourself.
And all you thinking on the side of the glass is, Trick, we was just in Turcos last week.
Right.
All expense paid by me.
Right.
Did you drive the Bentley or the Benz to the jail to see me? Are you serious right now?
Right now. Exactly.
Did you not go and sell the $300,000 car to have a retainer and money for me to come home? What happened?
Okay. That part.
But you're sitting here telling me that what are you going to do now, or what are you supposed to do now, and how are you supposed to eat? Go in the kitchen that you don't use.
All of that.
Yeah, there's a such thing as a grocery store where the food is at. If you can't find your way around there because you don't know the alphabet or you can't count, well, just have it delivered to you.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, how about you just do this? Google a recipe.
Wait a minute.
YouTube the doggone instructions.
Don't do that.
Yeah, YouTube it. It'll tell you how to turn the stove on.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying. All of a sudden, you telling me, oh yeah, Big Jim came by to check on me and the kids. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he came by to making sure we was okay and everything. And then little Timmy sitting next to you go, Uncle Jimmy this morning fixed me pancakes. Damn, you work fast there, baby. But 9 times out of 10, the unsatisfied woman that you can't satisfy has already have checked out within a year. What I've learned recently in my life, you know, is that most of the time they've already checked out 2 years deep into them leaving. Prior to them leaving, they have already left. Everything else is faking the funk from that pool.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the only problem is we don't get awards for the stage play that we were starring in and didn't even know we were in it.
Oh, not the stage play.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, dog, can I get a Tony? But it's, I mean, but at the end of the day, this is what we're living as men. You don't know if every day you wake up on a stage, or do you wake up in real life? Because apparently the people around you are actors and actresses.
And mercy.
Your love is scripted.
Ooh. Damn, that's a title.
Do women love harder than men? The answer is no. Because we're willing to give everything and sacrifice all that we have to a woman and children that don't even belong to us. To get turned around and ask the question, what have you done for me lately?
Ooh.
I'm not going to get any deeper because I can't find nothing but profane words to say.
You trying to keep it classy?
I'm trying to keep it classy because in the world our dear president is trying to create right now, y'all be careful, ladies, because pretty soon we'll be able to shoot your ass for the stuff you're doing to us and nobody do nothing about it.
Okay, now on some real talk.
Be careful because the games you playing, they're real. There are 75%. Did you know what? Did you know 75% of the patients in the United States of America for mental health clinics are men? Did you know 75% of them are divorced men?
How about that?
Did you know all of them steal from relationships?
Right.
Did you know that whether it was a parentalship or a companionship or a friendship or a partnership, some ships sailed and they motherfucking life and turned them into killing people.
How about it? How about it? Understand?
So be careful.
Now,
because karma can be your cousin.
Oh. You know, in my book, Epiphanies Along the Spiritual Journey.
Please call me when I'm on the
In my book, I say karma is the world's greatest farmer because she is going to give you and harvest the crop that you plant. You plant tomatoes, honey, karma is going to give you exactly what you plant, honey. Okay? But let me go here because I found my angle how I could get this other topic in here. I'm still on Black Mia. Okay? And it's a communication thing. But I had my friend Haji say this to me a long time ago. And when he said it, I want to take a razor and cut his fucking throat. Okay? Because it was how he said it. Now, Haji could be an ass and he knows it. Okay? And he does this shit on purpose because he likes the fire. Okay? And he likes to have these kind of conversations. Okay? He said to me, he said, you know what? He said, gay men, Black gay men. He said, I don't know why this is such a phenomenon for y'all. But y'all want to sit around here and act like y'all are single Black mothers. And I said, what the hell did you just say? He said, you want to act like y'all single Black mothers. He said, listen at you. And he was, because he was coming on me because you know how we have our family, our gay families carrying on. How you sitting up here talking about you somebody's mother and just a grown ass man who don't want to get a job and carrying on and you don't enable this fucker to just come in your house and this, that, and the other. Ain't nobody enabled anybody. You know, I said, you don't know the dynamics of all this. I mean, we were really at it, right? And then I had to sit back and I thought about it because I was like, okay, let me look at what he said, you know, because when I'm in battle with somebody, as long as I'm battling, I ain't got time to sit down there and hit. Well, let me not say it like that. I do have time to listen to you, but if I feel you on some bullshit, you know, I'm gonna defend with my position. If what you say resonates with me because I have a conscience and it's like, especially if you start tugging at me. If it tugs at me, then I start to go look and investigate something because it's like something about that. Why is it rubbing me that way? Right? And when he said that about gay men, particularly Black gay men, and how we communicate like we are single Black mothers, I had to look at that. Now, rainbow children, I want y'all to come with me now. Because how many, particularly for those of us who are not the masculine bunches, you know, we're not in that masculine circle, okay? How is it that we have learned our art of communicating? Look at how we deal with our friendships. Look at how we deal with our relationships. Look at how we deal with friendships, okay? Whenever we are in that particular position, I'm a nurturer. Okay, so I'm always in mother mode or whatever because I've been raising kids for so long to where it is a natural thing for me, right? And I go into protection mode. I go into, you know, wanting to fix shit all the time. I go into that mode like it's second nature, you know, like I'm blinking my eye. Okay. And there are times where I would be in conversation and I'm hearing my mother come out of my mouth in a way that she's coming out of her mouth to my dad. So and here's where it is. when we talk about that, particularly those of you who straight children who deal with gay folks, and if y'all close, what is that dynamic like for you when you hear this? And so remember what I said earlier about the conversation of why you got to say it like that. Okay. That conversation, I'm alluding to this. Okay. What say you in that particular situation? Because I know now that I'm over 50, I'm so much better at it. I haven't mastered it, but I'm so much better at being able to stop and check myself.
Right.
Okay. Because at one point in time,
you gotta be able to stop and check yourself when you get to a certain age, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's a difference between a young broad and an old broad. Once you become an old broad, you gotta doggone figure out exactly how to handle yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because publicly, people are watching you, you know what I'm saying? You can't always be walking around acting like an old bitch, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You always gotta check yourself. I mean, I understand. This is cool.
you know what?
Did I say something wrong? Back to you, Meach.
You know. Lord have mercy. Okay. Wait a minute. What's this, Tracy? Some do talk to their partners in relationships like their single mothers did on their relationships. Okay, right.
That's true, Tracy.
Okay. And
What's
here's
up, Tobias?
okay. Oh, yeah, I just saw that. Hey, T. And then wonder why it isn't working, because it didn't work for Mama. Yeah, it didn't work then. But here's where it is. Can we go here for a minute?
Nobody gonna stop you.
Okay. Who can?
You heard that he sung it. Who can? A new R&B song coming out. Young man.
He just threw a finger over here, that personal rifle. Here's where it is. Because oftentimes, let's look at this. Let's look at how we defend arguments. Okay, I know I'm a feminist. I would defend I would defend women that carrying on.
You're a boy, Damon. Go ahead.
Look at how we attack arguments.
How do you attack arguments?
Look at how we present ourselves when we are being proud of our kids, of our this and our that. You know,
pride, children, right? I think it's bad when you give that proud moment to your child when they may have come up monetarily, right? But they may have done it the wrong way. Have you seen these new parents is applauding the child like, where you get this from? Oh, it was sitting on the counter in the store. I grabbed it and walked out while I got my stuff. Oh, good, baby. I'll take this to the store.
Right. Rewarding bad behavior and stuff.
I keep trying to tell everybody, if you stop and check yourselves, right, you'll find out that a lot of stuff that we go through in our communities are self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted.
Right. I'm trying to tell you. I was a jackass until I took accountability. And you should take accountability too.
Okay. Listen. I bring this up because oftentimes our need or our want to be heard, understood, particularly Black gay men, and I'm going to say butch queens, femme queens, not our masculine children, because our masculine community of the rainbow still operates like
what'd you just say?
The masculine community of the rainbow. Okay.
Okay. The masculine community of the Rainbow.
Okay.
That shit was funny as hell.
Okay.
All right. Ain't shit masculine about the rainbow. Go ahead.
Lies. Garbage propaganda. You're not in it, so you don't know.
Young man.
Okay. and see, and the T is that you won't know because they blend in. Okay, they blend in so that you don't know. Okay.
Oh.
What is it? Sometimes it's all about how they were raised. Charity begins at where? Home. Okay, Tobias, you said that.
They're fruit spies.
Okay. That's what we call women. Okay, women who love gay men, fruit flies. They used to be fag gags, but we call them fruit flies now. And God, that's a perfect name because God damn it, they're annoying. Okay.
Oh my God. I'm a strong gay man.
But the masculine sector of the rainbow,
yeah,
you know, doesn't respond. You know, a lot of them, you know, they are pseudo homosexual, pseudo hetero.
What?
Okay.
Say it again.
I said they are pseudo heterosexual. Or pseudo hetero. I'm gonna call them heterosexual. They're just pseudo hetero. They live their life like they straight men or whatever, but you know, they who they are. And particularly pseudo hetero. Yeah.
Y'all need a dictionary. Go ahead.
Okay. And so they don't come across as the same way as a lot of the butch queens or the femme queens do. Okay. You like that fruit flies, Tobias? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when we looking at that and they're interacting with other heterosexual children, you know, are we even taken seriously a lot of times? You know, is it because as Red pointed out, you know, we whatever this damn gay lisp is that we talk and all that extra, you know, and we get that lazy tongue and this, that, and that third, and we're trying to talk all cute, you know. I mean, and when we do all the colorful shits, are we still taken seriously?
No.
Is you know what? Yeah, that's all right.
You know,
it's okay.
It's okay. I'm gonna be. I'm
sounding like Snagglepuss. Okay. Okay. But that's part of that black man communicating. Okay, because he hears it now. When we
did Tobias spell it?
Yes, he did. Okay.
All right, T.
Okay, pseudo hetero. That's it.
Wow.
Okay.
And our survey said.
Okay, right. Okay. I identify as, how about that? Pseudo hetero.
What are your pronouns?
Okay, right. But in that communicating, okay, and trying to be taken seriously, and understanding that, just like with the thuggish type, you know, like I was saying, you know, masculine men who talk and they F-bomb and this, that, and the other, you know, and they had, you know, they got power and resonance in their voice or whatever. Is that mistaken for anger all the time? Because here's with the queens. See, with us, and if we sit up there and we get to snapping and carrying on, and we get to, okay, bitch, honey, let me read, and
you a queen,
you know, do all that, and we get there.
What's that? But you say you're a queen. You're not.
What?
Okay, you said something about something about a tough queen earlier.
Butch queens.
Butch queen. All right. All right.
He said tough queen.
Right.
You know what? You heard the goddamn saying. So he want to sit up there. So he tried to roll the thing. You heard what the hell I damn saying.
What kind of queen are you? You keep calling us. You keep saying we. You a queen?
I'm a butch queen.
Did you say bitch or butch?
A butch.
Oh.
A butch. Butch queen, honey.
See, I just took the I out, put a U in it.
Are you?
No, you I'm not. What you say?
You are. Are you? Hey, bitch butch. Queen. The butch bitch.
Nah, yeah, I seen that would be one of them guy girls, right?
What?
A butch.
A butch bitch?
That's a guy girl, right?
No, we don't call them that. They're just AGs.
No, okay, I'm talking about the girl. They were born a girl.
AGs.
AGs. What are
AG,
they?
aggressive girls.
Aggressive girls. Why are they aggressive?
Because they're masculine.
I thought they were just butch.
But we don't call them butch. We don't call them butch bitches. They're AGs. Or the old term was studs.
So I'm gonna call them butch girls. It's like a butch trying to be a Negro. We're gonna call them butch girls.
Which what?
Butch girls.
Butch girls?
Yeah.
Negroes. Butch girls. I'm sick of him.
Butch girls.
Now he got mad at pseudo hetero, right? We need a damn dictionary.
I'm trying to get in the book.
Butch grows. I cannot. Okay.
I'm just trying to get into the stores, you know what I'm saying? So I want to be famous.
Okay, it's okay. What'd you say? Old school bull dabble, right? Bull dabble.
I remember I used to hear old people when I was a kid saying that.
You know what? I got to look up the etymology of that word, honey, because I'm like, what made a lesbian a bull dabble?
I guess she had throw her dart and did it right.
Yes, I'm still trying to understand where the hell that term come from. Because I never
is funny as hell.
Okay. I'm trying to understand it. But anyway,
Go
when we, you know, in expressing ourselves, and like I said, you know, we neck roll or whatever.
Yeah, why is that?
We sit up there, you know, we get now I talk with my hands, you know, my fingers get to going.
No, I know what you said.
Okay. Then my fingers get to going, so I know I'm that. And you know, we okay, well, we do that.
I know you got the lucky charm here.
Okay. Just after the luck, I'm not entertaining him. Okay. So, you know, when we doing all that, and when we get to clapping, you know, the clap. Okay, this just a carpet muncher. Okay, yeah, that's old.
I used to use that one.
Yeah.
I used to use that one, and I invite them to be carpet munchers because I pretty much don't like feathers on my chicken, so they can have it.
Pluck the feathers. Yeah, I don't like. Anyway, you know, anything with a bird, honey. No, take the feathers off, please.
Heard that straight from
Bitch Queen.
Yeah. What he said.
But again, are we taking seriously when we do all that? When we try to express ourselves? Because I know, you know, it becomes all of that. You know, I'm very, you know, like I said, talking my hands. I'm very gesture prone or whatever. The language gets colorful, yeah, and not because I'm cussing, but because I would use, you know, we use words like kaflama and you know what's the tea and this that, and the other. Okay.
I've all the time. I have yet to ask you this.
What?
Childhood trauma. Look, I used to take the subway. For you all that don't know what the subway is, that ride the horse carriage top of the ground in the city. We ride in a train that goes under the city and takes us to the other side of the city. You have to look it up. Okay? Yeah, you have to. Yeah. It's a train. It's not what you and Delilah and the rest of the rednecks did. It's okay, look. I used to ride, right? And I remember standing on the platform, you know how you wait. The platform is down where you wait for the train to start. But the people, your people, they were talking, right? And at first I thought they were hearing impaired.
Okay. He said, hearing impaired. Stop.
They were having a whole conversation, and they was pre-world biggest snap clipping and all this and this, and they were like, but they were like, yeah, you know, and they were throwing some shit with their hands, and I was like, and I got looking like, what is going on? And then, but you know, a gentleman that seen me looking very confused.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Oh, they gay. That's how they communicate. They don't want to know what they're talking about." Have you ever heard of that?
They gay and what?
They didn't want us to know what they were talking about. They had their own.
Yes. You know, every culture has their own little their way of talking or whatever, to where, you know, it is to upset the masses so that we can have our own little conversation and you know what we're talking about. Especially when we talking about trade right in front of us and we try not to get a beat down or whatever.
I didn't care when they talk. I was just confused because nobody looked like they were deaf or something like that.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying? I was just. I'm just saying. Nobody looked that way. Nobody looked like they were handicapped or anything. They just was.
Yeah, well, you know, where the hands get to going, and then you know, this, and you know, with the twirl, and you know, and
I was so confused. I was like,
yeah, you know, we grabbing syllables out the air and carrying on, and yeah, you know, yeah, that's all in how we talk.
Okay, I'm gonna say this: unicorns are not real
in your world.
Damn it. Back to you, Meach.
Yeah, back to me. Okay. Emmanuel says bulldog was slang for African American community language to describe masculine or butch labor. Yes. We trying to get where it came from, honey. Okay, I got to go look and get the origin. The origin, honey, the etymology of it, honey. Okay. I'm going to say talking with the hands. Exactly. And see, we were talking with our hands, not talk to the hand. That came later. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So, you know, it's all about when it comes
the gay's been around forever.
Forever.
Forever?
Forever, ever.
Wow.
So when it comes down to it, you know, and it comes down to understanding us as Black men, regardless of orientation, it's all about expression.
Oh, go ahead.
What that tickle here? Just see, it ain't easy being me.
Hell, you just told me that y'all been around for years. You said it ain't easy being you.
Really?
Imagine being a heterosexual slave picking cotton and standing behind you is a bunch of y'all picking cotton. You can't turn your back. You got to pick cotton sideways.
If we picking cotton, honey.
Yeah, but my cotton got more cotton than you because you're not paying attention to what you picking. You wait for me to bend over and grab cotton.
If I'm picking cotton, honey, we sit up here trying to keep everybody from getting their ass whooped. You thinking what you see? Here we go. See there, you're thinking about the wrong shit.
Y'all say that, but then you start talking in random syllables out there. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all think y'all
listen, honey. No,
y'all think y'all see. You want to act like, oh, nobody paying no attention to you. Girl, you got on BVD. How'd you know that?
Because you bent your ass over.
See what you just said. You weren't paying attention. See what
I said, well, nobody said they're paying attention. You paid attention to the wrong things.
No, man.
And you worried about the wrong things.
Why? Yes, we worried.
You worried about the wrong things because here, if everybody out here working trying to keep from everybody getting their ass whooped, honey, just because I told them later that you had on BVDs because you happened to bend down does not mean I was trying to attack you.
You were looking,
and you was looking here too. Shit, you gonna tell me how much cotton I'm picking and you ain't?
Because I'm watching you watch me.
Listen, you wouldn't be watching me watch you if you were there. I would not be watching you here. I'm sitting there picking, look up, you bit down. Oh, he got a BBDs. I kept going.
Why you all in my BBD?
Because your BBDs
You
is
should be
in
in
my
your
bag.
cotton picking bag.
I was in my bag. I reached up. Oh, thank you. Kept going. Big go. We know how to multitask, honey.
How you got time to do all that?
We know how to multitask, honey. Trust, honey. Y'all were the ones that sitting up there trying to go
That's
get.
where them pimps got that from. They just beat your butt for reckless eyeball.
There
You
ain't
ain't
no reckless eyeballing my ass, child. Listen
there you
here.
go. See, you had to put the ass in.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, this is the etymology. Bulldagger is a pejorative slang for a very masculine lesbian, which often carries a more racialized meaning than in synonyms bulldyke and bulldyker. Okay, that there is not the etymology, honey. That they're telling me what it is. The etymology is trying to tell me where it comes from. Why did bulldagger become the name bulldagger? Not what it means. We already know. Y'all done said that 5 times. We know what it means.
Go to the next.
Okay. Hold on. Hey, what's up? Jesse Peck of the legendary Spinners. That's my bass voice right there. What's up, Latrobe?
Okay, Jesse. What we're trying to say is there's not BBD, it's BVD. And it's back in the day when they had BVD draws. You should be old enough to know that.
He knows that. He knows that. Listen,
Yeah.
Jesse, what time is it? You know I like him doing that. 12:45. Anyway, that's my shit. You know when my voice started changing, I finally told him this after years. It was 2 guys at Cody High School, honey, that God made me melt. Okay, make me fucking melt. Jesse was one of them. He put it in there 12:45.
12:45.
Okay.
That's right. What's happening, bro? I love
Jesse?
Spinners. I'm a Spinners fan.
And baby, it was Jesse and motherfucking Levi Drew.
What you know about Levi?
Levi was in my Spanish class. Jesse and I were in La Trope des Arts. We were in our acting class together throughout our time at Cody. But Levi was only in my Spanish class. And
Bueno.
good Lord have mercy, honey. He was 2 seats behind me. And you know, we did the first day of class.
You know who all behind you, boy. You just been messed up all your life.
We were just the first day of class, and we sit there going through. We had to tell our names and this, that, and the other. And it came, Monroe and came on hi.
Hey, baby, show me how you introduce yourself.
What? Oh, you're so dumb. You are dumb. You are dumb. And so when it came down, it was my turn. Hi, my name is Demetrius Taylor. And I was always one whenever they did the role, honey. I never said here. I always said present. Okay. Chew up. Shut up. We got back. I think Ella was behind. No, not Ella. No, that wasn't her name. She always said Ella because the word is ella for girl in Spanish. She always said Ella, and she used to tickle me. But Levi sat behind her. All of a sudden, we just heard this word, Levi Drew. I said, "Oh, we." I was 14, 15 then. I was like, who in the fuck? Right? Yeah. But Jesse, because I was around him the most, when my voice started changing, I told y'all that story. My mama did that to me, right? When my voice started changing, I would sit up there and use Jesse as my barometer. And I was trying to get my voice to be like he is because I liked his resonance. But then, because I was becoming a baritone bass, I was losing my tenor and all of my falsetto, and I didn't like it. it took me years before I had to learn the power of my voice. And I did not really appreciate the power of my voice until I was well into my 20s. Well into my 20s. And I was at Unity Fellowship Church, Detroit, singing in the choir. And I had a stud lesbian come up to me. She said,
Man, your cousin said,
she said,
when you heard his voice, it made you clutch your pearl.
yes, Emmanuel, baby, I clutched, and we all, I was like, oh, and we all leaped and turned around because I had to look at his face. I wonder what he's doing now. I would love to see what he's doing because after Spanish class, you know, he was around the school, but I really didn't see him and carrying on. But I just know he probably got 16 damn kids somewhere, or whatever. Because that voice was a panty snatcher voice. He had the voice to snatch a bitch panties for real. And it's those moments where you wish you was a bitch. I was like, oh God, why wasn't I born a girl?
I thought,
okay. My plane is landing. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks, that's Jesse, honey. They on,
all
you
right,
know,
Jesse, you must be there on time. 12:45.
okay. The Spinners, you know, he's on tour and carrying on. They're still doing the gigs. When y'all coming back to Atlanta? That's what I need to know when y'all coming back to this area, honey. Because I see they were I think in Indiana, and some of my Latrobe friends, and they drove down to their concert and things. I got to go see my boy do his thing, honey, with the guys. So that's fun. I do have celebrity friends that I'm very proud of, and I went to school with this one, honey. So Cody High School, class of 1987, honey. Cody Comments, baby. So there is that. But baby, yeah, Jesse's voice was one that I was using as a barometer to get that richness and carrying on. And then I had to learn how to do it myself and understand where my countenance and stuff is. And going back to communication, to tie all of that together, there are moments where my voice, my sister told me this when I was helping raise them. You know, they always call me mean. You're mean? I'm not mean. I'm like, no, I'm not mean, honey. You know, y'all just couldn't get away with the shit y'all was trying to get away with. You know. But I'm told this by other people. When I get into this cadence, it's a cadence I get into or whatever. That a lot of folks, you know, I'll send you our concert schedule. Please do. We will. I get into this whole thing. So again, going back to, do we really know how to accept a man sharing his feelings? Or are we ready to discount it and say he being argumentative because you don't want to hear him? You don't want to pay attention to him. You discredit or devalue what it is and then blame him for not sharing. Blame him for not communicating with you. And then you make it his fault because the only communication that you accept is his sex. You want to sit down there as long as he's sitting up there and giving you the good sex or whatever, taking out all that aggression. Again, when we talk about sex becoming violent, you want him to do this and do this and do this. And some of y'all have set up there. I know sisters who sat up there and said they piss him off on purpose so that he can take it out on them physically in the bedroom. The thrusts become that way, you know.
That's disgusting. Okay, at the end of the day, sex is not supposed to hurt.
It's not supposed to hurt, you know. But we have folks who do that, you know. I am gonna say this. I'm saying out loud. I teach this to women. There's certain words that only should be used in the bedroom. Okay? Because if it's done correctly, it will guarantee a successful evening. Okay? And I tell my sisters this all the time. Girl, if you really need him to just give you one old delicious old piece of dick, I said, call him a bitch when he fucking you. I said, but you got to do it right. You can't do it haphazardly, right? I said, and watch, because see, you don't want to damage his ego. You just want to get his attention so he can put you in your place. Okay.
That is not some good advice.
However,
Nigga will beat your ass.
however, it's worked. And so,
Yeah, in the sick world.
so you know, I've given that advice.
That's some
But at the same time,
reverse hatred advice. He's trying to get y'all choked up.
well, I can't get them choked up because now that's where they're going. I told you they came violent. Yeah, y'all sitting up there snatching them by the neck and got the neck all like this and shit, grabbing them by their mouth, and you know that.
I don't know nothing
Whatever.
about it.
You know, so that's where we are.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay.
I don't know nothing about all that.
So
I'm a
that there
slow,
is that.
deep,
But
passionate lover. All the way up to 12:45. Yeah.
I'm so glad that song said 12:45 and not 4:20.
Ooh-wee.
I'm so glad. Anywho.
And my name's Larry.
Right, okay. But listen, children, on that note, honey, because I'm starting to repeat myself umpteen times or whatever, but we want to make sure that you guys get the point and understand it.
Yeah.
I want you guys to take this conversation and take it to your friend circles and things, and let's continue it. In fact, I want you guys, your homework assignment is to bring me a new argument.
You know what? I'm glad you're right there, what you just said. Okay. Here's the best thing that you can do. When you're spending your intimate moments in your time alone with your friends and loved ones, that you ones you care about in your inner circle, sit around the table and have a few cocktails, and everybody take out a piece of paper. Write down the most intimate subject matter that you would like opinions of others besides yourself.
Oh, good.
Ball them up. Put them in a hat. Shake the hat around, or a jar, or can, shake it around. And then everybody pull a card from the deck card. Half deck, pull a card. Whoever gets the highest card goes first. That means you get to pull anything out of it. You can't look. You just pull it out and you read it. And you all start a conversation. And every subject matter gets 10 to 15 minutes. That gives everybody a time to be opinionated. And you can learn so much, not about just other people, but about yourself.
Ooh. Yeah.
This is an awesome game to play with people that you have loved and care about, have been in your circle for years.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll find out somebody you know 10 years, you know absolutely nothing about.
Right.
I just want to share that with you all. Love y'all. Keep it coming in. Jesse, please don't forget to send that schedule because we are through there by 12:45. We're gonna be
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
good God Almighty. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day. Let me do a shout out. Today is, I don't like to date the videos or whatever, because when you look at it in the archives, especially years and years ago, or if I'm replaying the audio, it has a timestamp. So, but I have to, because regardless of what the timestamp is, this day will never change, because today is July 18th, and it happens to be the 30th birthday of my second nephew, Mr. Kevin Artist Taylor. Okay. And I called him earlier. He was at work, and we haven't spoken today, but I wanted to shout out my nephew and let him know that his uncle, honey, is really thinking about him today. And I just love my babies, honey. I love all of my nieces and nephews and all my grandnieces and nephews that carry on, because they are the Taylor legacy. You know, that's our next wave. It's the extension of the bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And those kind of things are very important to me, to see how they matriculate and grow as young people, okay, young adults or whatever. But he's 30 years old today. So that's 3 of the 4. My niece is coming up in October. The first 4 of the grandbabies, honey, were born all in 1995. So he's the 3rd one. And there is that. So happy birthday to Mr. Kevin Artist Taylor Sr.
Happy
for the first, honey.
birthday, KT. Happy birthday, KT. It's the 30th year for you, G. Happy birthday, KT.
Right.
Yeah. Also, very happy birthday to my son, my junior. It's his birthday weekend. And we're going to give him all the blessings and love and everything. And I just need everybody to keep him up in your prayers, keep him strong, so he's not going to come on back home to us. He got a lot of stuff going on in his life. But we're going to get it right. We're going to get it done. All I can tell y'all is he's a strong young man, and I've invested a lot of years in his life. So at the end of the day, fathers be fathers.
Oh. Okay.
And that's all I have to say about that. Because it's about 12:45.
Right. Okay. So on that note, listen, darlings, you may finish all of your crumpets, darlings, because the tea has been dished, and you've been dishing tea, darlings, with the big Meach and the big red fellow over there, honey, also known as the big guy ally. Okay, and in the absence of Auntie Nikki, honey, she's working her way back, honey. She working her way back to where she's going to be here regularly with us and things of that nature, honey. Listen, we love you. We thank you. We are still, we thank you for our 16 years of being dishing tea with Big Meach and all of that. On the 31st of this month, we will be celebrating the 2nd anniversary of no, I'm sorry, it's the 1st anniversary. It's the 1st. I started last year. This is WTEA Radio's. This will be our first year of totally broadcasting on our own station. So I did that last year as an anniversary gift to ourselves to expand. And so, yeah, WTEA Radio, and of course, WAHR, which happens to be Big Red Station. That's our brother station. So when y'all see that, that's the 2 of us together. He's been in the radio business longer than me, and doing the thing. So I'm trying to cut my chops and carrying on following him. I got bit by the bug because it was like I was doing the radio show.
Right.
And all of a sudden, child, last year, it was like, what? He said, I've been waiting on you to say this. I said, oh my God. I was going into studios and carrying on, and this one particular studio I was in, I just got bit. I said, it's time. We need to have our own full station. So WTEA Radio, powered by Live365.com. Go there, type in WTEA, type in WAHR. You will find both of our stations there. Put them on your like, and how you got all kinds of music. You get vintage dishing tea episodes carrying on. We have resident DJs over there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and we, on both stations we got resident DJs and spotlighted DJs who bring in their mixes and things of that nature. Come on over there, have a real good time, honey, and take yourself back down memory lane and some things. You get introduced to some new music and carrying on and all of that and having a good time. So do that. Okay. So on that note, listen, if you love us, like you say you do, honey, you could tell all of your friends, your family, honey, your good Judies and everybody, tell them to come on in to like, subscribe, and to share
And
with
you
us.
do. You love us. Yeah.
Okay. But if you hate us, you got the neck roll, you don't like something I said, you don't like the gay shit or
Even
whatever.
if you can't neck roll with all your chains on.
Okay. You can tell all of your motherfucking enemies to come over here and to like, subscribe, and to share. Because one of the things that you guys would understand is that everything that we're doing over here at Three the Hard Way, this, you know, we call it, I like saying the syndicate. Everything that we're doing over here at Three the Hard Way, honey, in any way, shape, style, form, and or fashion, will move forward. Okay.
With or without you.
With or without you, honey. Okay. And that's gospel right there. So, honey, on that note, honey, we thank you, we love you, we appreciate you. And we're gonna see you guys next time. Okay. So wait a minute, see. Oh God, humble me this way because I'm supposed to have this damn thing. Here we go. So to have this part ready.
And I want to say shout out to all the goofies that thought they were gonna stop my shine by running their mouth. Okay. But you keep running. Somebody's behind you with a diamond touch. Go ahead.
I can't even get my note. Never mind back.